Welcome back to Love Daniela. I think we're on episode 7. I'm starting to lose track. But as you can see, if you're watching visually, I'm in Los Angeles. My boyfriend lives here, so I'm visiting him. But I've never stayed out here for longer than like 6 days. And I used to live here. So this is going to be a very interesting week and a half. I'm here for 10 days. But I shared with you guys I started with a new management, and so I'm going to some brand events, meeting up with brands. Also, I have like friends that I want to see, and I feel like it's going to be a really fun packed week. I literally flew in today. Me and my boyfriend flew in, and I was like, tomorrow is podcast day. I had not filmed, so I thought we could just do a little bit of a life update. And this is definitely going to be a short and sweet episode because I am like brain dead right now, but I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. I also really want to try to vlog this trip because I do little short form vlogs on TikTok, but I think it would be fun just to have for like memories and for you guys to watch what my LA trip looks like, kind of the in-depth of it. So I'm going to try my hardest to vlog the trip, and at the end of the trip get a long vlog up on YouTube for you guys as well. I would say don't hold me to it, but hold me to it. Hold me to it because I think that's what I want to do. My highs and lows. I am fully not prepared. Usually I have my notebook and all of this, but we're just willy-nillying it. This is gonna be hard. LA is loud. LA is loud. I do remember that, but my boyfriend has 2 roommates, and so I was like, I'm not filming in front of them. So I came on their little rooftop. It's cute, it's vibey up here, but there's definitely gonna be interruptions. I just heard the ice cream man. So if you hear things, I tried my best. Okay, highs and lows. My high is obviously coming to LA. I'm so excited. I've been geeked to come. The last time I came was on my birthday, so June, and now it is September. So it's been like 3 months. And every time I come here, I'm like, oh, I miss it so much. There's so much to do, but I love Austin, so I don't regret it too much. So my high is coming here. My low, guys, my flight today, me and my boyfriend were talking about that we thought that was his first flight. Like him taking off and landing was so scary. There was also turbulence, but the turbulence felt normal because we were going through clouds. But the takeoff and the landing were sketchy. So that's my low. It was just, I already get like flight anxiety. I have motion sickness. So like while I'm anxious, and then also feeling like I'm going to barf is not a fun feeling. But we got through it, and now we're here. So I guess it's okay. What else has been going on, guys? I feel like usually I have a topic where I'm giving advice, but I'm just rolling with the punches. Let's talk about what I'm doing this week. So I was excited about this week, but I'm also so nervous because I'm the type of person that if I have one plan at, let's say, 2 p.m., I'm not doing anything the rest of the day. I always see these TikToks where it's like, I can't hang out. I have a call at 3 p.m. I am that person. That's how I was when I worked a normal job where I had to go somewhere. If I had work at 4 p.m., my friends would be like, oh, let's get brunch. Let's do this. Like, you don't have work till later. I was never like that. I'm like, I can't function knowing I have to go to work. Like something about it really stressed me out. And so I'm trying to break that habit here because my management set up a lot of lunches, a lot of business meetings while I'm here, and they're scattered throughout the time that I'm here, plus like events, and I can't just not do things or hang out with friends because I have a meeting at 4 or a lunch at 2 and then I have nothing the rest of the day. So I need to be better at that. I just get so overwhelmed with, I feel like sometimes I spread myself too thin, but I'm here to network. I'm here to see my friends. I'm here to spend time with my boyfriend. So I may feel drained after these 10 days, but I think it's gonna be really fun. And that's just more content to film because I'll be doing things nonstop. So we have a lot of meetings set up. We have one event. I will definitely vlog that, like an in-depth like TikTok vlog. And then I am getting a facial. I've never gotten a facial before in my life. I did not know Osea had a place in Venice, so I'm getting a facial, doing a little collab with them. in Venice. And then what else am I doing while I'm here? The food, I have been so excited to come because here's the food options. If you ever visit LA and you're vegan or you just like eating plant-based, this is, I think people, if you took someone to this restaurant, they wouldn't even know if they're like, oh, I don't like vegan. It's good for a vegan or not for a vegan. Pura Vida in West Hollywood, the Cacio e Pepe. Like, I am salivating just thinking about it. I may get that for dinner, like Uber Eats it. Oh, they're closed on Mondays. I'll get it tomorrow. But that is the best food in the whole wide world. Their mozzarella sticks, like, I'm telling you, I dream about this food. So I'm very excited to get that. It's pricey. It is pricey. Like, every time I go, I'm like, why is food this expensive? But like, I'm salivating just thinking about it. So I'm very excited about that. Home State, very good Tex-Mex. I found it right before I moved and I crave that as well. Then Monty's Good Burger. I have been wanting a vegan hot dog, and Austin just doesn't have vegan hot dog options, which is kind of messed up. But I crave a vegan hot dog more times than I can count, and usually I don't want to go to the store and go to Whole Foods and get like a whole thing of vegan hot dogs and vegan buns, because it's just like I'm craving one. I don't want hot dogs all week. I just want one in that moment. So I'm very excited about that. Maybe I'll get that tonight. I'll do a little mukbang, a little hot dog mukbang. Maybe I don't. So very excited about that. There's one other restaurant that I was really excited to come. Joe and the Juice. I always crave at Joe and the Juice. They're like crunchy sandwiches. So those are some on my list. There's a few places I want to try. Community Goods. I know that's Justin Bieber's spot. I never wanted to try it just because the main thing that they were known for are their breakfast sandwiches and they're like Hawaiian rolls. But I've been seeing a lot of people talk about how it's really, really good matcha. So I just know that lines here are crazy, and I will not wait in a line for a matcha. I went to a popular place last time I was here because I saw it all over TikTok. I was like, oh, let me try it. I love a good matcha spot, and it's like authentic, like from Tokyo or something. The line was down the street, and I was like, you just won't catch me sitting in a line for that long to grab a $7 matcha. Well, probably like a $12 matcha because I'm in LA. Who am I kidding? But yeah, I'm really excited. Oh, I'm going to my friend Puma. He is a drummer. Me and my boyfriend will probably go to his show. And yeah, there's lots to do, lots of people I want to see. And I really just want to make it to the beach. And I know I've been hearing all my friends talk about how it's been 105 degrees. It's been like Texas weather here these last few weeks. And this week it got cool. Like, it's supposed to be high 70s all week, and I'm like, wow, it really blessed me because I was craving like a crisp fall weather, and I feel like I'm gonna get that while I'm here. So I want like just a cold beach day. I know that sounds weird, and I would never think that I would ever say that because I grew up in Florida before I moved to Texas, and beaches are hot there. Like, it is always hot. But living in California for 2 years, like, something about going to the beach with like jeans and a sweater on and just like chilling is so fun. And I never thought I would say that because I always thought California beaches were stupid, because I'm like, why are you going to the beach to not completely bake and tan and fry your skin off? But it's just the vibe here. So hopefully I make it to Malibu one day, and hopefully I see all my friends. I feel like a lot of my friends are starting to move to the outskirts, or they had already been in the outskirts. Like, I have one friend that lives closer to Palm Springs, one friend that lives in Irvine. So it's a little difficult for me because I don't have a car here, and my boyfriend's already pretty much being like my Uber driver, gonna drive me to all of these meetings that I have. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make him drive all the way to Laguna or something like that. So it's just aligning everyone. It's a lot of pressure when you visit somewhere where you know a lot of people, because then people get their feelings hurt when you don't see them. And that is like a hard pill to swallow, because obviously it's like you come in town, you want to see everyone, but it starts getting overwhelming where you're like, we haven't spoken in a year, Becky, and I'm still supposed to see you when like some of my best friends live here. And I'm only here for a short amount of time, but now that I'm here for a long time, I feel like people are going to get their feelings hurt if I don't see them. So we'll see. I'm also drinking a Celsius and it's 7 p.m., which is not going to be good for my sleep tonight. But I just was so tired after the flight. I also saw, well, I didn't see, my mom told me this. I think it was my mom. I don't know who told me this. I think it was my mom, though, that when you're in the air, they, like, the way the air... I'm not good at relaying a story that I didn't, like, personally listen to. But she was saying she saw a TikTok that getting to the certain altitude, that's the word I'm looking for, getting to a certain altitude, it makes you really tired, and that's why you get really sleepy on flights. And I was trying to fight it really hard this flight because I hate falling asleep. I hate naps. So then I wake up later and then I feel like I'm just out for the count. So I fought it. I slept maybe only like 10 minutes. So I did pretty good. There was also a cute little baby sitting next to me, and so that gave me baby fever. And I also started my period, my lovely period, which is so annoying, and somehow it always happens when I go on trips. And so I was just cramping the entire flight, which was not fun at all. Like, there's always so many helicopters here, and it's because they are police helicopters, because there's so much stuff going on in LA. If you want to know something, there are crazy people everywhere, and it's a little sketchy. It's a little sketchy here. And that is why I had to move, because I never did anything alone because I was terrified. Like, from the outside, if you've never been to LA seems so glamorous. It seems like there's so many famous people around and everyone's so rich and like all this stuff. No, you will be scared while you're here. You will be scared. Okay. No. They're going right over me. Just filming a podcast. Yeah, I remember that when my boyfriend would go out of town, like he'd be gone for a week and a half, I would not leave my apartment for a week and a half. And that is saying something. That is really telling how scared I was. But my mistake when I lived here is I lived in downtown Los Angeles my first year, and when I moved there, everyone's like, why'd you move downtown? Like, no one lives downtown, which I didn't realize because I was thinking like Austin, like downtown is so walkable, that would kind of be a fun place to move. And no one really lives downtown. That's just not where people live here. And so I was like very sadly mistaken. There's a lot of homeless people, but it's like homeless people that are like zombies. I don't know what type of drugs they take in LA because it's like zombie walkers. I felt like I was in a video game. Like, it felt like GTA every time I walked out of my apartment, and I had been chased into a grocery store by a homeless man. I used to offer homeless people water. Like, I would be like walking into a Walgreens and be like, oh, like grab a few extra waters or like a snack. Be like, oh, I got you a water. And they would be like, money. They wouldn't take the drink or the snack. They'd be like, money. And I'd be like, oh, sorry, like I just have a water. And they'd be like, no. So I feel like I was traumatized when I lived downtown. So now when I come to LA, I always feel like I'm on edge because so much happened when I lived downtown. Someone knocked on my window and smoked their crack pipe in my window. So that was like a really fond memory that I have. Also, we're losing the light and the helicopter is coming back. Oh, I feel like I'm just rambling. This is definitely going to be like a yappy session just because I don't know what's going on. My brain is rattling. It literally feels like a peanut right now. I have such bad intrusive thoughts that when things like that happen and like helicopters fly over me, like police helicopters, I'm like, they're gonna think I'm the suspect and I'm gonna get shot down. And I don't even know if they shoot from helicopters. I really don't know how that whole thing works. But that's always my intrusive thought, is like they're gonna think it's me, and like all of a sudden I'm just gonna be like on the floor. Does anyone else have intrusive thoughts? Because sometimes when like they float through my mind, I'm like, why is my brain like this? Like, why can't I just like see a helicopter and just like move on with my day? Nope, I have to play out a whole thing, and then I live in fear. Absolute fear. Okay. Anywho, I just want to close this out. I know this was a really short episode, but this is all I can give, and the sun is about to go down. But next week I will be filming probably up here, but I'll actually have a subject and all of that. But I just wanted to give you guys, I wanted to feed you guys. So I just want to close this episode out with my intentions for this week. So I did this right before my Coachella trip, and I had the best time ever, and I did it while I was driving. I just spoke everything into existence, and I really wanted to make friends, and I wanted to make like lifelong friendships. I wanted to really have a great time with the brand, and like I had so many intentions. All of them came true. I feel like speaking things out into existence is so important. So my intentions this week are to see as many friends as I can, have a amazing time. I want this trip to feel businessy in a realm that I've never experienced, because usually when I come out here it's seeing friends, and even when I lived here, like I went to events, but I never really had like business meetings and stuff. So I want this to feel like a new chapter of LA. Like when I come out here, it's like work and play, not just play. So I want all of those meetings to be so good and make so many connections with like brands that I love. And I just want this time to recharge. Like I want to recharge my batteries, get inspired. I feel like when I come here, I also always feel more inspired with my content, and it like gets the ball rolling. So I want to get re-inspired and get so much good content. So much good content. I need to up my game on Instagram, all my little TikTok vlogs, hopefully a YouTube video for you guys. And yeah, that's my intentions here. I just want to have a really good time. No, probably LA parties for me. Every time I go, I regret it. So like events, fun. Parties, probably not. So that's the vibe I'm on. I hope that next week when I talk to you guys, I can give you an update and really tell you about these events that I went to, the brands that I met up with, and all of that fun stuff, as well as the subject. But I definitely will keep you guys updated on how all of that goes, because this is going to be a fun week and I really want to take you guys along with me. So thank you for listening to me yap. And I love you guys so much. All of my socials will be linked down below. My Instagram, my TikTok. I also have an advice column / just submit any stories if you want to yap to me. I'd love to listen. They're all anonymous. I can't see your email. I literally can't see anything. It's just a submission. So if you have anything you want me to touch on, write it in there. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next Tuesday.